Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, or welcome to the Entities Campfire. Actually, welcome to Trick or Trials. That's right, the first game of our Halloween event here at the Entities Campfire. We have Team Sanity versus Wingboil Styles, Zell, Juiced, and Draxi here for Team Sanity. And for Team Wingboilers, we of course have Metal, Legion on the Dead Dog Saloon here. Pretty balanced map here for Legion, breaking that shack door immediately, making shack a little bit more loopable. Just a little bit better for M1 killers as well. So heading over to the top side of the map, seeing if we can go over to Gallows, see if we can find anyone. We actually do see someone lurking around thanks to the trick that Team Sanity has for their survivors, which is the bright outfits here. So they are only allowed to run bright outfits. So that is going to be very, very useful here for Metal in finding out people. And it looks like Draxi is actually going to go down here over in main building. So great stuff for Metal actually getting that down. Very, very early on into the trial. Very early on for a Legion as well. Heading over to the middle area here for this Pain Resonance hook here. It's actually a really good Pain Resonance to get as well because of this location. I mean, look at this hook location. You really, really do adore getting this hook in the middle of the map because you can pressure every single generator at the same time here. So Metal has a lot to be thankful for in this hook, and look at this amazing 3-gen over at the top side of the map as well. I mean, Metal is going to want to protect this with his life, basically, and I think that's exactly the game plan that Metal is going for, as we do see someone on the main building working the generator over there, as someone working this generator over here is Zell. Zell going to be vaulting the window here, but Metal going to get the power hit with his Feral Frenzy. Heading over to the 9 side of the map, we do see Juiced here working this near water tower generator, ending Feral Frenzy here. We need to, unfortunately, as we're heading over to the top side of the map. It doesn't look like we're interested in actually tunneling here, and you have to understand why. Running the best add-ons as well is Metal. So we're having Eerie Button and Legion pins. So you actually have a lot to be thankful here as Jen does pop over at the main building, forced to drop shack, and it is going to be Iridescent Button as well. No Bamboozle to speak of, so this vault will not mean a block of the window. So Juice is going to have a little bit longer chase here, going to end Feral Frenzy. And Juice is actually... Ooh, Juice does unfortunately run into Metal here. So Metal going down, or Metal getting the down onto Juiced here, is able to hook in the middle again if we so want to. But it looks like we're actually choosing to take this hook to the basement. Now, you don't hate this idea. Oh. Do you make this? This might be very ambitious from Metal, but it works out. A very, very good hook location from Metal to get this hook here. No Pain Resonance, but this hook location is definitely something you love to see. As I think we're having some issues here. Metal is just walking into the door. I think we might be having... Yes, we're having some connection issues here, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to quickly go to an intermission here while we figure out exactly what is happening. In the meantime, enjoy some music and our lovely intermission screen. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully welcome back. Couple issues from last game. We had, unfortunately, a no-fault restart. That's right, there was a major server issue happening in the beginning of the last match, so we did have to do a very I say quick restart. It was a bit long. A couple issues happened, you know, Dead by Daylight. This is the game we play competitively, as I like to say. But yeah, no fault restart whatsoever by any of the teams, and we are back here on the Dead Dog Saloon here playing some Legion at the Trick or Trials. To remind you all again of the Survivors' trick, they are not allowed to run anything but the brightest of add-ons. So they unfortunately will be running bright add-ons here, and we are seeing a down again, a very quick down here over on the top side of the map yet again. So again, a lot to be thankful for here has the Legion as we are hooking over by the top side of the map. This hook, very good hook, and we are now heading over to the 9 side of the map. We saw someone's aura just there, but I don't think the Legion actually saw them, which is going to be very unfortunate for them. Kicking this shack door, however, going to make it a little bit easier to loop, and we know main building was being very highly progressed at the beginning as well, and we are seeing Juice heading over for the unhook very quickly on here, so we can actually be very thankful about that as we are... Ooh, actually, the unhook is not happening here as Metal is actually here to stop it. And Juice does not want to farm Zell, so we are just leaving the hook here and giving Zell some hook time as we are vaulting this pallet. Eerie button going to be coming through, and unfortunately Juice will be taking a tag, and I don't think actually Juice is able to make anything here, has nothing over here to play, and will simply be dying over on the corner of the map here, but that main generator will be popping. Juice getting picked up now. A Pain Resonance hook would be amazing here. We do see one over on the tall side of the map. You have to imagine maybe somebody is going for the unhook, and we actually do see the unhook occurring here by Draxi. Draxi heading over to the top side of the map now over on the 11th side of the map. Needs to make sure we don't get found here, leaving a couple scratch marks. However, you need to be careful about that, but it doesn't like Metal is going to be going over there, so Draxi will be able to go over there pretty much scot-free, making sure that nobody is rotating, and we are seeing more scratch marks over on the bottom side of the map here. Kicking this generator, Colubrine applied here, and we aren't seeing... We are hearing Zell, though. Zell is stealthing around here over on the 8th side of the map. Will actually make this water tower pallet. So very good stuff here from Zell. You might take the Eerie button hit here. Wins a 50, yeah. Metal, unfortunately, not going to be taking that pallet, and therefore Zell will be able to make this TNL wall, so Zell going to be lasting significantly longer time here. Good stuff from Zell. Zell now having to play this very unsafe tile, needs to force a drop and play 50s, but it looks like Zell is going to simply be looping around it. Very good stuff. A swing and a hit through the pallet from Metal. Very good stuff here. Zell will be going down. However, gen progress is coming through here for the Survivors, so you don't actually hate this situation, all things considered here. We're able to hook over onto this middle side of the map here, so you actually are thankful for that. Getting this hook over onto the 7th side of the map, kicking this door now, and we want to try to find another person, maybe going for the either going for the unhook or going for the generators. So we are heading over to the top side of the map where we see that Juiced is over here, and that someone is also working Gallows as well. And I believe that was Draxi probably working Gallows here, and Juiced unfortunately be working chasing at his 12th side of the map here. Unfortunately, I don't think Juiced really has anything to play, and Juiced will simply just be going down here over in the corner of the map. So very good stuff from Metal to get that down here. Picking up Juice, we're actually going to be taking our hook here. You can actually afford to do this and then go back very quickly if you take this hook, kick this generator, and immediately go back to this unhook. But the unhook going to be happening very soon. Metal now going to be kicking this gen and probably going to be taking Feral Frenzy back over to the hook here. Yes, taking Feral Frenzy. Want to get back over there as quickly as possible. We want to prevent the reset by any means necessary. Draxi was stealthing over on this top side of the map for the unhook here, and we do see Zell now over by the main building, but I don't think actually Metal is able to find him just yet. So that's actually very, very good news for Zell here, but we are kind of hot on Zell's trail, and we do actually see the scratch marks of Zell heading over into the main building. Now, you have two tunnel outs here, so you might actually choose to go for Juice, and I honestly agree with that decision. Juice is over on the top side of the map here, Metal taking chase over on the main building. This is a far better chase for you than whatever Zell had provided for you, and you actually don't see Zell. Where is Zell? There's scratch marks over on the top side of the map. Is this the scratch marks of Zell is the question you have to be asking. And no, Zell is all the way over on the bottom side of the map. This is Draxi, I believe, lurking for the stealth here in the locker. So good stuff. Styles working that 9 generator. Going to be heading over to it, and we actually do see Styles as well. No, we don't. Is Styles also doing a bit of a jiggy stealth here? That's kind of incredible. If so, actually heading over to the top side. Styles has walked his way over to the top side of the map, and Metal kind of realized it and doesn't want to give away this 3-gen for free. I mean, this is a really, really strong 3-gen, so you definitely don't want to be giving it away. 9, I said it was a strong 3-gen. 9 is a little bit farther away, but you definitely don't hate the position that it's in, and we actually do see Zell afar. Wait, no, this is Draxi. I thought this was Zell. I was going to say it's a far better chase, but no, it is not. Gonna be Zell here, it's gonna be Draxi, but we do actually, with the Feral Frenzy, we are probably gonna be able to find one of our tunnel outs. Anyone is fine, either Juiced or Zell here, but we're actually choosing to abandon it and head back over to the top side of the map here. So very good stuff from Metal, but the question is, will this gen pop in time? It is Call of Brian, so it's gonna be hard to tell whether or not this gen is actually going to be popping in time. However, yeah, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like we actually will be getting this down here over on the corner of the map. And oh dear. We're seeing there's another DC going on. More major issues here, ladies and gentlemen. We will be hopefully right back if the Dead by Daylight servers want to cooperate with us today on the Trick or Trials. But stay tuned. We'll be right back. Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, I have some unfortunate news. We're having some major Dead by Daylight server issues right now. And as a result, it's just making it so that the current match just will not be able to continue in its current state. So, for that reason, we will have to cancel this first match of Trick or Trials. However, the second match today at 1 p.m., literally in 20 minutes, is a go. So, be sure not to miss that. Stay tuned for that. We'll be back just in time for that as well. But unfortunately, this match will either be rescheduled or will be cancelled. We will see exactly what happens and keep you all up to date on that. However, thank you everyone so much for watching this first match. We'll be back with the second match of today in 20 minutes. So stay tuned for that. Goodbye.